Hey. But it is what it is. And look here, we worked hard on it, right? We talked about that type of stuff. And it was important for me. First of all, this thing right here, I was upset because everybody wasn't gonna see the full documentary. You know what I mean? We never got, obviously, what was that, part two? So that was part two, so, you know, growing up and all that, and then, you know, obviously, the ending of the whole thing, I wanted everybody to check it out, so obviously everybody up with it. But this documentary was like confirmation for me. It was confirmation to show everybody that the devil is a sucker. He's a sucker. He's a sucker and he can't fuck with me. He's a liar. He's a coward. He's a weenie. He's a wimp. He's a shrimp. You know what I mean? He's a loser. You know what I mean? Like, you know, as powerful as he is, he never wins. He always come in, you know, he always on God's heels, but he never wins. He always in second place. He never wins. You know what I mean? He manipulate. He used the weak. He used the people that don't believe in God. The people that don't believe in a higher being. You know what I mean? He's a coward. You know what I mean? And I wanted this to be a gift to not only, you know, I know it's so cliche when everybody talk about guys like us, you know, we role models, we always supposed to be role models to the kids. You know, man, I had situations like, you know, the last, one of the last book signings that I went to, a lady came to me and said, "You saved my son's life, you know, he beat cancer because of you." And I was like, you know, damn, like I don't have the cure to cancer. You know what I mean? Like, and she was like, you know, nah, like, you know, I asked him, like, what would Allen Iverson do, you know, if he had cancer? He would fight, wouldn't he? She's like, yeah, Allen Iverson would fight. And she said he fought, and he beat it. You know what I mean? This thing was like, for me, you know, to inspire people. This was to motivate. It was like I'm an open book, man. A lot of that shit that y'all saw in that documentary, I'm embarrassed about it, obviously. You know what I mean? The mistakes I've made, the ups and downs, my turbulent lifestyle, my turbulent life. But I felt like, you know, besides the basketball part of everything, it's a gift that I have to be an open book. It's a gift to share those things. And that was just, I mean, y'all ain't seen shit yet. But, you know, just, it's not just for kids, my life and the gift that I have. You know what I mean? It's for, it don't have an age limit on who you can inspire, who you can motivate, and who lives you can touch. I have so many guys come to me, said, bro, you saved my life, man. You know what I mean? I heard about your story. I got out of the penitentiary and I changed my life and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Like, you know, all kinds of stories that I hear. And, you know, Tawana used to always tell me, why do you always do this? Why do you always stress, you know, how people are, how they treat you? Why, you know, why does it bother you so much? And I was like, you know, that's not a talent that I have. You know, I'm emotional. You know, the people that I love can hurt me easily. You know what I mean? But what my talent is and what I can do and the gift that I do have is to share my stories, to share my life. So maybe, you know, some people don't have to die. They don't have to go to jail for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Some people don't have to feel that life is over. You know, Allen Iverson used to fall, get back up, brush yourself off, and keep on going. Allen Iverson's still standing. You know what I mean? And that's important to me, you know what I mean? And, you know, you see all these stories about my friends, and, you know, I just did the book tour in Atlanta last night, and, you know, T.I. was moderating the whole thing, and I was telling all these terrible stories about the friends that I have, you know what I mean? And how, you know, how they turned out. Like, I got my ass whooped for bringing my posse with me and the guys from home with me. And if you think about it, the bad and the sad part about all of that, ain't none of them in here. I went through all that, got my ass kicked, stealing from me. You know what I mean? Just doing all kinds of shit to me that friends don't do. You know what I mean? Broke my heart. These are, you know, guys, you know, they were never like Ra. They were never who Ra was. You know what I mean? And you know, it just broke me, and I was like, damn, I can share this experience with guys, because most of the time we with our friends more than we with our parents. We with our friends all the time. Like one bad friend can be one fatal night. You know what I mean? When it comes to these guys, you trust them. They know where you live. They know your every move. You know what I mean? Your friends can be envious. They can be jealous. You know what I mean? You know, all of the shit that I went through with all of my friends, and taking care of them, and, you know, showing them the world, and paying their rent, and paying their child support, you know what I mean? Like, that, doing things for their mom. They coming to me on Christmas Eve. Everybody know that Christmas is on the 25th of December every year. But I'm coming to Chuck for it, not for half of it, all of it. You know what I mean? And then we throw that shit at Chuck, and it's his heart. You know what I mean? You know he ain't gonna let his nephews and his nieces down. You know what I mean? And like, and T.I. said to me, he was like, yo, man, you always talking about the shit that your friends did to you. Man, they really did a number on you, man. And they did, because I love them so much. And these are the stories that I can share. And these, when I get on these platforms, that I can share with these young dudes, you know what I mean? So they don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. Obviously, I came out unscathed, but they could have easily went left. You know what I mean? I try to tell my kids all the time, why do you have to learn the hard way? I did that for you. You understand? I'm sharing these stories, but we, as now, with our generation, all this shit you see about Allen Iverson and how he inspired so many people and everybody wanted to be like him, I'm corny to my kids. You know what I mean? And I had to get that off my chest. And me and this man right here, just a wonderful, beautiful talent. And, you know, God sent this man to me for us to give this gift to the world. Everything in this thing is not peaches and cream. By me being who I am, all the money, all the fortune, all the fame, you know what I mean? Everything. It's another side to that. It's another side to that. You would not, well, a lot of people want all of the glamour and the glitz and all of that. You cannot live being Allen Iverson. You cannot, it's different for me than you. Every day I walk out of that house, it's an adventure. Navigating through this world, walking out of that house every day. That's why it's important to have a peaceful house. Because when I come outside, I gotta come outside as AI. I don't come outside as Chuck no more. The world see me as AI. The world wants your time. Right now, it's their time. It's never your time when you walk out of that house. You belong to the world. And it's hard to navigate that. It's hard to tell your friends no sometimes. You know what I mean? When I'm feeding my daughter. Not right now. And then they go crazy. Bitch, fuck you, and I don't give a fuck. You ain't Kobe Bryant anyway. You know what I mean? Kobe Bryant better than you anyway. Damn, I thought you go from being a fan to be telling you no to an all-out war. You know what I mean? And it's like these are the stories, these are the gifts that I have by my ups and downs and the things that I went through in my life. I want to give it to the world. I want to, and just think about it. I may save one life. I may save one person's life by them hearing my story, hearing my truth. And I gotta live the truth because it's hard to tell the truth if you're running around this motherfucker living a lie. You know what I mean? I trust in God, I believe in God, I trust him, I get in the car with him, whether it's a Bentley or a Pinto. I get in the car with him, I let him drive it, I get in the passenger seat, wherever he take me, I never question him. I'm going on that ride with him, and we're gonna deal with the consequences. That's it.